Oops, I did it again. I made another commentary, and I didn't lose any subscribers, I hope, from the singing. Hello. I'm not Britney Spears, I'm Ravenous KELLS. How is everyone doing? I have a fat topic that I want to talk about, and I think that everyone can relate, and I've actually had a subscriber tell me, and I'm not sure who it was, but if you know who you are, please tell me in the comment box so I can like put you in the description or something. But he specifically asked me to do a commentary about bullying. Now, I know a lot of people have either been bullied or have bullied people, or maybe you are a witness to bullying. And so here's the thing, like, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys the story of me being bullied and me bullying other people. And this is gonna be a little bit crazy. So, okay, when I was in middle school, I was kind of like the ghetto type of Asian girl, and I know, it's hard to picture that now, and Gene says that a lot. He tells me, what the fuck, you used to like say the N-word and you used to, you know, cuss a lot. Not that I don't now, but it's, you know, when I cuss, or when people cuss, it's like a different form of expression depending on the kind of person they are. And so, you know, when I used to cuss, it would be like in between every word that, you know, when I would talk, and it'd be so bad. And when I was in middle school, this was when I was in 7th grade, was the ghetto days. 7th to like, I'd like to say in the beginning of 10th grade, or 9th. And I don't like to brag, but you know, I was kind of like a well-known person in middle school. And a lot of people, a lot of girls would come up to me, you know, be nice and kind of suck up or whatever. And I remember a lot of times I have bullied people who like kind of gave my little sister a hard time, and she was a year younger than me. So when I was in 7th grade, she was in 6th grade. And people who kind of bothered her, I would, at lunchtime, of course, you know how everybody has the same lunchtime. It was a big school. And at lunchtime, I would make a huge scene. Like, I would go up to that girl, and I would start cussing her out and telling her I'd do this and that if she doesn't leave my sister alone, and a lot of things. And it was just mean. Okay, when I look back at it, it's so mean. Going up to another person and cussing at them for, yeah, maybe their actions that they have done are not any better than yours, but that's not a good reason. And there were times where I kind of picked on people, like when I was way younger though, but I think a lot of people have, you know, just for the hell of it and just to look cool or whatnot. And I have done that before, you know. I'm not a perfect person, and it takes a lot for a person to grow out of that. And what I mean by that is if you have experienced the same thing. So if you were a person who liked to bully people, or you did it just because you did it and you were just kind of mean like I was, and until you realize that it is a mean thing to do and it's not the right thing to do, is when you yourself get bullied or you're in the same position that your victim was in. And so, okay, now this is way back in high school. I'm in 9th grade now, okay? And I used to be friends with this girl who went to this middle school, and she was kind of like the same, she had the same attitude as I did. But in high school, hers got worse, and mine got better. And I'll tell you how that happened, but maybe not in this commentary, because that's kind of like a different topic. But to keep it short, after transitioning to high school, I met completely different people. So I had a new set of friends, and they weren't the type of like ghetto friends. But I'm not saying back in middle school I had ghetto friends or something, because I actually didn't. I had really sweet friends, and I actually talk to most of them now, and they were like, I still consider them close friends. But anyhow, in high school, I met really sweet people who were very like outgoing and very, very honest. And the more I was around them, the more I kind of adapted to that kind of a personality. And so in high school, when I was friends with this girl, she was the type of girl that wanted to like mess with people and like be mean to them and stare down at them and give them dirty looks, you know, and make them feel bad on purpose. And what happened was one day, you know, she got like, I don't know, got into some trouble, and she wanted to borrow my shoes, my brand new shoes that I got for a birthday gift from someone I really cared about. as like she wanted to take my shoes and fight somebody, and I was like, what the fuck, no. And she got mad at me and didn't want to be my friend anymore. And so what happened after that was that she started bullying me with a couple other girls every single day of my life for 2 years. And I gotta say, those 2 years, I'm not saying, hey, I deserve it, because I deserved it because I was an asshole a couple of times in middle school, but no, I'm saying, wow, it really takes that to realize what it's like to be bullied. Because, okay, every single day, since my high school was really small, I mean, it's growing now, but it was really small. And what happened was, every single day we had classes together, and if I would raise my hand to read or something, she would tell me, or when the teacher would pick on me, she would just say out loud, why are you picking her? You know she's illiterate, when I'm not, obviously. But she's just saying like the dumbest things to be fucking rude, you know what I mean? And she would like kind of shove me during the halls when we would go to different classes, and there was a time where I like dropped my keys or whatever, and she took them. And then I saw her, and I was like, can I have my keys back? And then she was like dangling them in my face, like, what the fuck? And I just snatched them and I walked away. And there was throughout this whole year, so imagine that happening to you guys every single day. And throughout that whole year, you either wanted to not go to school anymore, because I felt that way. Like, I felt like I did not want to go to school anymore, and I wanted to avoid it. And another part of me wanted to just fucking punch the shit out of her. And I knew that that would cause even more problems that I didn't want and whatnot. So I was like stuck, and I didn't know what to do. And you know what? I just fucking decided I'm gonna ignore this bitch because, oh, excuse my language, but yes, she was a fucking bitch. But if I could have done anything differently, I wouldn't have, because I feel like me just ignoring her and making her feel like she's nothing to me really helped me get through some of the days. Because I mean, it took a while though. I mean, 2 years is a long time, and it took a while. And eventually she got kicked out of the school for being super like dramatic and causing so much trouble for other people, not even just students but for teachers as well. And I just realized that, oh my god, like, yeah, she can try to give me like the hardest time of her life, but that's like all the work that she's gonna do at school, basically, is to stress herself out to try to make me have a miserable life. I mean, while she kind of succeeded a little bit, and as I look back though, it meant nothing. I mean, yeah, we're all people, that's the thing. So people who are being bullied right now, if you are really being bullied right now, I'm not gonna tell you it sucks or don't even worry about it. No, there's a problem with that, obviously. And I suggest you want to ignore that person and make them feel like they're not shit, because they're not. Why feel bad from someone who is just a terrible person and who tries their hardest to make you feel bad? It's the same thing with like YouTube. I mean, when people dislike your videos or when they say bad shit in the comments, why the hell does it matter to you? You have people in your life that care about you and that love you. And it's different from people who want to critique you and give you advice, and it might make you feel bad, but behind that whole kind of critique, it's a positive thing. And behind the whole people bullying you and talking shit to you is not a positive thing, and therefore you shouldn't take it. And it's mostly negativity, and yeah, it makes you feel terrible. I know that, it does. I know how it feels. But the best thing to do, seriously, if you're like old enough, like if you're very opinionated and you're being bullied and whatnot, I suggest you stand up for yourself and tell that person off. Not in the way where you would cuss at them, but tell them off like how you feel and how fucking immature and idiotic that person is. And if they really resort to saying, fuck you, just shut the fuck up, you're just a stupid person, blah 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 blah, then that's how you know, oh, this person can't be compromised. They can't fucking talk to another human being like a human being. So why should I bother to acknowledge this person as a human being? I mean, yeah, sure, that he or she is a human being. But when I say human being, I mean you have to practice your human nature. And your human nature isn't to be, I mean, yeah, we're born to be greedy and blah, 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 blah. But in reality, the whole world isn't completely like full of evil people, because it's really not. If you think about it, a lot of the people that you usually meet are very nice and welcoming. And yeah, we're not all perfect, and there are some things about us that aren't very, you know, exquisite or amazing, but we're nobody, well, there are some people, but most people don't intend to try to be dickholes. But once you really are that kind of a person, then you're not going to get any acknowledgement, and people will not want to be your friend. And if they do want to be your friend, or if they're just following you around or whatever, or because they're scared of you or something, they're not really your friends. And so for people who are bullies and are bullying people right now, and you're listening to this, you can type whatever the fuck you want in the comment box, but I just wanted to let you guys know that if you're going to continue to bully people because you guys think it's fun and you're bored, or you don't even really think about it, it's time to think about it. You guys should really sit down, think about why the hell you're trying so hard to ruin these people's days or their lives or whatever. Like, you're taking time out of your own day when you could be either developing a hobby or a skill, or doing schoolwork and making yourself a better person, but instead you're making yourself a worse person, and in the end you will not have any real friends, and nobody will really actually care about you except for your parents. But even then, they might not even know what you're really doing. So be honest with who you are, and try, if you know that you're not purposely trying to be mean or something, then it's still time to change. It's time to have like a change of heart, but not all of a sudden, because it takes time and it takes practice in what you're doing every single day, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this and take away from this. Have a great day.